end of an era.
At the end of the debate, our clerk, Sir Robert Rogers, will leave the chamber for the last time.
Sir Robert is the Commons' top official, with an encyclopedic knowledge of how Parliament works. But he's decided to retire early.
I would imagine there'll be a few people at the back of the chair just to see him safely into the Elysian fields of retirement.
One for the bath. Fantastic.
He's worked here over 40 years, so he'll be very much missed, and it's sort of the end of a chapter. When I met Robert, he introduced himself to me, and he immediately said to me, "Would you like a Kier?" And he was this sort of larger-than-life character offering me a glass of champagne and blackcurrant. And so I knew then that I'd come to work in the right place.
At his leaving party, Sir Robert doesn't explain why he's decided to step down early.
When I go, I go. I'm not going to speak to the man at the wheel, and I'm not going to spit on the deck. Those shall be my watchwords. Thank you.
On the very same night, on the other side of the Commons, a rather different party is taking place. The Commons Speaker, John Bercow, is hosting a charity rock concert with his colourful wife, Sally, in his grand Grace and Favour mansion. It's customary for the Commons Speaker to lay on a farewell event for a departing clerk. It didn't happen this time. And there have been persistent reports that John Bercow has been at daggers drawn with Sir Robert Rogers. The Speaker is the only MP with a house in the Commons. The job of Speaker goes back nearly 7 centuries, and John Bercow is the first to have a young family here and sees himself as a moderniser.
Good morning.
The son of a taxi driver, he's now the highest commoner in the land.
There is a tradition that the Speaker of the House of Commons has a coat of arms. My coat of arms is inevitably personal. The ladder is intended to represent the concept of opportunity and of social mobility. I didn't have a huge number of advantages or any wealth to propel me. I depended very much upon my own efforts and my own wits.
Although I revere the traditions and I revere the past, I don't think we should live in the past, and there is a lot that needs to change.
The Speaker's job is to preside over the chamber, choose who speaks, and keep order. He describes himself as a referee.
Be quiet. If you can't be quiet, get out. The question will be heard. What people think of it is neither here nor there. Sit there, be quiet, and if you can't do so, leave the chamber. We can manage without you.
He's hauled ministers into the Commons to answer a record number of urgent questions from MPs.
I think he's been courageous, and I think he takes positions which are, you know, where a lot of other speakers would never dream of granting an urgent question. They'd have said no automatically. I think he's absolutely right. Bloody well get down here and answer that question.
I don't know what they're paying him, Mr. Speaker.
Order!
But I haven't finished.
Order!
The Prime Minister has finished, and he can take it from me that he's finished.
But many MPs feel John Bercow is his own worst enemy because of his unfortunate manner. The outspoken Michael Fabricant isn't alone in his view of the Speaker, who's a Marmite figure. Some MPs strongly support him, others can't stand him.
I think John Bercow forgets that the House of Commons is not the servant of the Speaker. The Speaker is the servant of the House.
Some of my critics say that I'm bumptious and can be pompous from time to time. And look, none of us is perfect. And if people say that, there may well be truth in it.
You've got to get to a rally of 20.
The tennis-mad Speaker has opened up the Commons for a charity schools event.
The greatest sport ever invented. And most of the time, players are more polite to each other than my colleagues are to each other in the House.
But the battle to bring radical change to the Commons will prove an epic contest.
Oh, he's got it! He's got it!